3号下午的5点27分，欢迎您准时回到我们正在直播的《活在5点》。到了今天的嘉宾访问环节，那么距离安省的省选还有3天的时间，今天我们又为大家请到了一位自由党的候选人，让他来跟我们聊一聊有关省选的一些事情。先介绍今天的嘉宾，今天我们请到的嘉宾呢是自由党 Oak Ridges-Markham 选区的候选人 Helena Jasic。Welcome to the show, Dr. Helena Jasic.
Thank you, Cindy.
First of all, would you like to make a self-introduction to our audience?
Sure. Well, I'm Dr. Helena Jasic, and I'm the Liberal candidate for Oak Ridges-Markham. And my riding is a very interesting one. I have a large part of Markham in my riding, north of 16th, and then East Markham, all the way down to Steeles. And then I have the north part of Richmond Hill, all of the town of Whitchurch-Stouffville, and most of the township of King. So I have a very diverse group of constituents. I have been the MPP for 4 years, and I find it a very interesting and exciting part of Ontario.
You're a doctor.
I'm a medical doctor,
so
yes.
What made you decide to run into politics?
Well, I don't know if you remember, but about 10 years ago, under the previous Conservative government, we had a terrible tragedy here in Ontario. It was called the Walkerton tragedy. And the water there, the drinking water, was contaminated because the government did not have proper controls and regulations to make sure that the drinking water was safe. And I am a public health physician. I'm a medical doctor, and then I have another degree in public health. And I thought it was absolutely dreadful that we, in a civilized country like Canada, in Ontario, that we would have people dying because the water was not clean. And so I wanted to get involved with the government so that we would put all those controls and public health measures in place so that we would never, ever see a tragedy like that again.
And Dr. Jasic has a short video for us, so let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Dr. Helena Jasic, and I represent the riding of Oak Ridges-Markham. My father was a scientist, a very, very logical individual. So when he heard I was going to go into politics, my father studied the Ontario Liberal Party, their policies. He took note of our then leader, Dalton McGuinty, and he came to the conclusion that, in fact, it was a worthy cause. The reason that really got me motivated to run was the Walkerton tragedy. As the medical officer of health for York Region, I was very aware that in fact I was no longer seeing environmental inspectors. And so when we heard about people dying from E. coli 0157 because primarily of the lack of supervision of small waterworks, I just felt the cuts that had been made to essential public services was more than I could stand. Hello, hello. Great to see you. First election in 2003 I lost, but within 48 hours I was telling friends and family that I was going to run again and that I would win. And I devoted the next 4 years to make sure that would happen, which it did in 2007.
I still regret that you moved from King. I felt that was one guaranteed vote.
Absolutely.
Hello, everybody. You're busy. I came for another visit. Hello, Amanda.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh, it's good to see you again. Through the years that I was the medical officer of health for York Region, I came to know York Region pretty much like the back of my hand. It's almost a microcosm of Ontario. We have beautiful rural areas, the Oak Ridges Moraine, agriculture. We have urban centres. Markham, Richmond Hill are incredibly diverse in terms of ethnicity. It's really exciting. I think one of the dominant features of York Region is the incredible growth. So the expansion of Markham-Stouffville Hospital was absolutely necessary.
Meet Tom Delaney.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you, Tom.
Tom really makes certain that the construction workers and the hospital work seamlessly together because, of course, we have to deliver care here.
Absolutely.
And they need to construct.
We're really excited that we were able to break ground on that late last year, and we should be able to get some use of the new facilities even by the end of 2013. We have delivered some good results for Oak Ridges Markham, certainly in terms of infrastructure, but I would like to see quite a bit more done. And so my job isn't finished yet.
As mentioned in the video, so Dr. Jessica, if you're elected this time, it's going to be your second term?
That's right.
Tell us, what have you done in your first term, and what are you looking for to do in your second term?
Well, as you saw in the video, the extension of Markham Stouffville Hospital was something that I really pushed for. As a medical doctor, that was really important. My colleague Michael Chan as well. Obviously, we were both pushing our government to make sure that we started that expansion in 2010. Okay. And it'll be completed by 2013, and the people in Markham are really excited about that. But one of the most popular things that we were able to do was put in a full-day kindergarten, so that there's school all day for kids starting age 4. We think it's very important that our children are as well educated as possible, because we know that the types of jobs that we need to compete for globally are those high-skilled jobs that you require a lot of education for. So that is something that's rolling out across the province. Seneca College has a campus in my riding up in King Township, and we were able to get $43 million to expand. There will be an additional 1,400 students coming to Seneca in King campus in my riding, so we're very excited about that. We've also been pushing for GO train service to be expanded, and I already have the commitment from the Minister of Transportation to extend the Richmond Hill line up to Gormley, which is in Whitchurch-Stouffville. So that means people in North Richmond Hill, they will have an opportunity to go to GO's train station much closer than driving all the way down into Richmond Hill. So those are just a few things. We put many infrastructure dollars into improving roads and bridges and arenas and the things that make people's quality of life very good.
Yeah, and are those issues also the most very important local issues in your writing?
That's exactly. We listened to the municipal leaders, to the mayors of the various municipalities, and said, what is the local issue that's important to you? And then both from the federal and provincial side, we saw what we could do.
And as a doctor, I have to ask you more about the healthcare of Liberal platform. Tell us more.
Well, you know, what we want to do in the future, if we get re-elected, is concentrate very much on the health of our seniors. What we feel is it's very important for seniors to stay at home for as long as they possibly can. First of all, because it's nice to be with the family group, of course, but it also costs less. So we are going to put more home care services so that nurses can come to the house, and also we are going to get doctors. We're going to give them some incentives to come to the house to make a house call, to check the blood pressure, to do things like that in the house. We also have a couple of financial measures so that seniors, if they are on a fixed income, that they can stay in their house by having the property tax, which they pay to the municipality, deferred, or wait. They don't have to pay until a house is sold, so that it's a property tax deferral. Which I think can help, because if you're on a fixed income, sometimes it's very difficult if the property tax keeps going up. And also, we have a renovation tax credit. So if a senior needs maybe a lift on the stairs, or a bathtub that you can just walk into, some sort of physical changes to the house, obviously that costs money, and there will be a 15% tax credit. So there are little things that add up, I think, to make especially our seniors as comfortable and as healthy as possible at home.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacek. Our time is running out. Thanks a lot for telling us your understanding of the healthcare from Liberals platform. And now it's 5:36. We're going to go to commercial. Stay tuned. We're going to be back in a minute. Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Very nice.